Hi, Tony Bradshaw here with AddSomeToYourIncome.com. Today we're looking at answering the question, how can I make extra money in my spare time? After spending maybe a little bit too much time defining and talking about spare time and how to find some extra spare time and how to make it so you can have an extremely productive day, I will get into ways to increase your income. And at the very end, I'm going to share something you should do every year that is guaranteed to get you some extra money for your time. Let's dive in. So this question of how to make extra money in my spare time tells me that you realize you have some spare time. We're going to look at how much. And that you would like to figure out ways to make some extra money. Most likely you already have the best answer without even listening to me. There's something you already love to do in your life that could bring you extra money, which you just need to do and sell that product. Do it and you'll see. Let's talk about time for a moment. We all have the same amount of time in a given year. We all have the same amount of time in a given day. I do chuckle about how where I live, we do the daylight savings, and there is one day of the year that's only 23 hours. And then there's another day of the year that's 25 hours. And it's often like, what do people do with that extra time? What do people do with their spare time? When I talk with people, they often just complain about the sleep that gets either extra sleep or less sleep. But that's what they really focus in on. Let me share with you how I spend my time that allows me to have an opportunity to do what I'm doing right now. So you can see how it fits into my schedule. So any given day, I am sleeping until 0500-ish. On most days, I'm hitting the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I get up just before 5 and I go to the gym and I call myself a member of the 5 o'clock club. And those of us that are there are members of the 5 o'clock club. And from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I have my full morning routine. My full morning routine includes that exercise. It includes getting ready for the day. It includes getting the family ready for the day and getting ourselves basically out the door. I have an alarm that goes off at 8 o'clock to head to school. School occupies my time until into the afternoon, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, I am in the 1600 to 1700 hour time of my day. This is when I work on my business. This is when I put these speeches together. It also happens to be a Friday. The building gets really quiet Friday after 4 o'clock, and it's just a great time for me to be able to work. Any minute now, my alarm is going to go off to remind me to wrap things up and head home. And that's that 1700 mark. I then have my evening 1700 to 1800 or 20 hour 2000 hours. I do military time, as you can see, with my family. That's family time. That's dinner. It's often a movie or just hanging out playing games. That's evening time. And then from 2000 hours to 2130, you're not seeing the 30 because my face is in the way, I'll move it, is kind of just wrapping up in the evening. I'm often reading a book. I'm often just kind of decompressing from the day and preparing for the next day. That shows you how I found a pocket of time from the 1600 to 1700, 4 o'clock to 5 p.m. That is a time for me to work on my public speaking about ways to add to your income. All of us have what are called circadian rhythms. It's times of day when you are awake and alert, and it usually matches the sun, unless like myself, when I was working graveyard, and I would be up all night and needing to be sleeping during the day, which was a tough time, and I really feel for all that still work graveyard. That's a really tough time, and you find yourself thrown off. I found eventually that it was best to keep my rhythms the same even when I was off of work for a couple days for my weekend. I promised you I was going to share a way to get a maximum amount of time in the day. And what I'm about to share with you has been developed by people who are trying to get major projects done What I'm about to share with you has been used in a number of different companies, including the military, to help individuals to get an 18-hour day. So an 18-hour day, the way this happens is 5 hours of solid sleep, and then throughout the day you take 3 naps that are 20 minutes each, and you'll feel it. This is when, and I've done this a few times, both when I was working graveyard and when I'm working on a big project. This is a time when you're working on a big project or you have a big deadline or you really want to create spare time in your day. An 18-hour day allows you to be productive. Some individuals, based on how they're made, they actually do this all the time. They have 5 hours of sleep at night, so you get really deep, solid sleep, and then you get yourself up and you get going, and yet you find that you get these tired spots, and allow yourself to catch a 20-minute nap 3 times in the day. Oh, I'm covering that as well. Let me move my face again. 3 times in a day, find that 20-minute nap to take a snooze. These then repower your system to keep going. As I said, there are some people who live their entire lives this way, and they are extremely productive. Some of the things I'll talk about soon with things to create, a lot of the creators, this is how they live their lives. For me personally, 7 hours of sleep is a solid amount. It's what I need. Sometimes I'll still take a nap in the day to recharge myself if I need to. It's actually sometimes at 4 to 5 time when I just need a reboost after a big day of school. And that's what I need, and that's what I do. It takes 20 minutes of that hour. I still have 2/3 of the hour to get lots of stuff done. Put my face back down there, and let's move on to the next thing. So I focus in on the 3 incomes, and I'm going to help you to see some ways to look at your 3 different types of income to increase each of those in your spare time. The 3 incomes are labor income, passive income, and gift income. So with labor income, you're working today to get paid today. One of the best ways to do this, if you got spare time, is to, oh, there's my alarm telling me it's time to wrap things up. We'll wrap this up here in a couple minutes and I'll get home. It's well before 5. I give myself plenty of time to get back home. Where was I? Labor income. One of the greatest things to do with your spare time that you have is to take on a second job or do extra things that bring in the extra income. You could either be the one paying for the pizza delivery or the one that's driving for Dash, as a lot of people are doing, or whatever company you want to drive for. That extra, like I'm here, I can deliver this and make some extra money, will end up adding up. Whatever you drive for. I have a brother-in-law that works on the office side of Lyft. I have a cousin that works for Dash. There are a number of people that are making money in the delivery by the extra time that you have. One that you might not think of is volunteering. When you volunteer, you often get connected with an organization and you find out that there's actually a job. And it's kind of a part-time job. They just need a few hours. They need someone to do like their books or something. And what you started with volunteering somewhere that means something to you, you end up finding it being a work option for you that ends up connecting well with your life anyway. And those volunteer hours become labor hours. So passive income, you work now and you get paid at harvest. I mentioned that the individuals that are getting that 5 hours of sleep a night and then an hour across the day, leaving themselves with an 18-hour day, are often producing things. They are artists, they are composers, they're musicians, they are authors, they create, they have these things that they make on the side. When you're really passionate about something, you find that extra time and you make those things that's something valuable to other people, you will start to see your passive income increase. My list here is real estate, so investing in real estate, the people that will buy and sell and have rentals just on the side. You have your regular job and you do that on the side. Dividends from investing in stocks, you find that you get some money squirreled away. I'm not going to start mentioning 5 bank accounts now. You can look up another one of my videos about that. Feel free to also subscribe to my channel, since I'm thinking about that. And you'll see other videos that I will be putting out about the 5 bank accounts and how to get money to flow the way you want it to flow with your passive income through investing and such. The point right here is that you use your spare time to do that. The spare time to make the trades in the stock market, to work on a side business, whatever your side hustle is, go for it, do it. Like I started this, you probably already know what it is. I said at the end I was going to let you know something you do every year that will get you more income. It took me way too long to figure this out, so I'm happy to share with you. In gift income, so this is someone else worked yesterday, you want to have decent relationships with people to see this. The gift income is quite an area to work at. There was one simple thing to do every year that took me way too long to realize. And that is to ask for gift cards on your birthday. Right? So it's your birthday. You want to spend a little bit of money on the way you want to spend it. And you've got friends and people who love you, who want to give you something. And you could simply say, hey, I really just appreciate a gift card to, and then whatever place. Like I said, once I figured this out, my birthdays have been a bit more enjoyable for me to see gift income that allows me to then go and get the things that bring me joy. Even just to go shopping at a place that I want to go shopping to get something. I look forward to hearing and knowing ways that you are increasing your income and making extra money in your spare time. And I'll see you on the other side.